Huh? What? Alright, so in high school, I didn't have the best reputation. That's not to say I was socially awkward or didn't have any friends. I just slept a lot. Oh wow, big deal. You slept in class like literally everyone else. Let me clarify. I didn't just sleep through class. I slept through my entire high school career. When people say that they slept in class, they typically mean maybe 1 or 2 periods at most. For me, it was more or less the whole school day, 5 times a week. This isn't me bragging. This is me coming to the realization I had a problem. I have a feeling it probably wouldn't be that big of a problem if I wasn't such a heavy sleeper. Like, I remember this one time during the last class of the day, I ended up sleeping through the entire class, as I normally do. But that day, I felt like an overachiever because when I woke up, the entire class, including the teacher, was gone. Turns out, I slept an extra 40 minutes past the dismissal, and no one bothered to wake me up, not even the teacher. Now that I think about it, out of all the teachers I've had, that particular teacher liked to play tricks on me. So to this day, I'm still not sure if she's the one who told everyone to not wake me up, or if I was just too comatose that day. Wouldn't be surprised though. On a different occasion when I was sleeping in her class, there were lots of occasions, I remember she was amazed at how I could hold up my pencil while I was sleeping. So naturally, she got everyone's attention, took the pencil out of my hands, and woke me up. And running on pure instinct, I started scribbling like a madman in my half-comatose state as the rest of the class just watched in complete awe.
Wow, it's so majestic.
Man, Miss R was a cool teacher. I mean, I assume she was. I wouldn't know, I slept through most of it. But out of all the classes I managed to sleep through, Auto Shop was the hardest. So in Auto Shop, we did car maintenance and there was no place to sit. We were just expected to stand the entire class period. But that didn't stop me. In my prime, I managed to sleep while standing up and everyone was amazed. You know, besides the Auto Shop teacher, he called me a safety hazard. For good reason, because even though I was able to sleep while standing, that didn't mean I was able to keep standing. Keep in mind that this is Auto Shop and there's lots of heavy and dangerous equipment around. Most notably a hydraulic lift suspending a 3,000 pound. But I'll be honest, most of my teachers didn't really care if I slept in class. Either that or they lost all hope in me. For other teachers, they took it as a personal attack if I slept in their class. They think I only slept in their class? Nah, I slept in almost every single one of my classes. They ain't special. I remember I had my tennis coach as a teacher one time, and he was persistent at trying to get me to stay awake. He was being really passive-aggressive about it too. Even made me a lower rank on the tennis team because of it. But that's a story for another time. After a while, I actually made a genuine attempt at trying to stay awake in his class. It's just, he makes it really hard. Like, it's not that he's a bad teacher, it's the subject. It's like history was designed to be slept through. They turn off the lights during the videos and the documentaries. There's very little student engagement. And there's no real incentive to learn because I don't think history is relevant in my day-to-day life. Like, I don't need to know the exact day America gained its independence because I can just look it up in less than a second. Oh wow, it's July 4th. Man, what a coincidence. Anyways, since things weren't getting better between me and him, my teacher decided to escalate things by calling a meeting between all my teachers to finally put a stop to my sleeping. It was like an intervention for me, except I wasn't there. Maybe I was invited. Regardless, my other teachers weren't pleased about wasting their time with a pointless meeting. And there was one teacher I really didn't want to annoy. So my senior year, we had this teacher called Mr. S, and he was this real big, tough, tattoo-covered guy, and at every angle, he looked like the most hardened thug in the hood. Except he had a master's in English. You were never sure if Mr. S was gonna beat you over the head with brass knuckles, or if he was gonna beat you over the head with analytical observations about your inner self. And because this was school, he preferred the latter. This guy was scary. Not in that he was big and intimidating. Well, I mean, that was one of the reasons. But the main reason why is because he would always call you out in front of the whole class if you gave him any bullshit. And before I paint him as a bad guy, I just want to clarify that he really isn't. He only really calls you out on flaws that are holding you back. That being said, after getting sick of me sleeping in class, one day he just pulls me aside and just tells me,
Yo, look, I'm clinically diagnosed with narcolepsy. It's a problem I had to deal with for a long time. Now think about how it makes me feel whenever I see yo ass sleep in my class.
Like, damn, you bet I was trying real hard to stay awake now. It didn't really help that I sat literally 3 feet away from him. And when I say trying hard, I really meant it. But unfortunately, the class I had right before this one was a history teacher with the most lackadaisical voice. What's that sound? Yeah, there was no chance. I was knocked out cold, and that residual sleepiness then carried over to Mr. S's class. But after that incident, he didn't really mention it again, because even though I occasionally did fall asleep in his class, he felt like he didn't need to beat me down because I was already beating myself up each time I fell asleep. He knew I was trying really hard to stay awake, and I respect him for that. So yeah, by senior year, I was pretty infamous for sleeping in class. In fact, I was initially nominated to be most likely to sleep through their graduation in the yearbook. But student government decided to cancel that nomination in fear that there would be more students like me. I was robbed! But really though, the main reason why I was so tired all the time was because I was so busy. I was in the tennis team, I did band, I had numerous honors and AP classes, I had a social life. It also really didn't help that the 2015 anime lineup was bombed that year. I guess the main reason why I made this video is to share my experiences and to be a good example of a bad example. So yeah, sleep. Good for your mental health and improves basic cognitive functions. So go get some. Dude, come on, it's like 2:37 a.m. Get some sleep. Hey guys, this is part of the video where I ask you to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. The rest of this sentence is just
Now I'm not gonna do
so
it.
whatever I say next
my God.
does not matter. Alright guys, I made a funny joke about subscribing, which means you are now legally obligated to subscribe. It is non-negotiable. But since I have your attention, I just wanted to tell you guys that this video has been a long time coming. My girlfriend and I recently spent the past 3 months working on this video on and off during our free time, and we are extremely happy with how it turned out. So if you enjoyed the video as much as we did, please consider leaving a comment and like on the video. Notice how I didn't say subscribe? It's because you did that already, right? Non-negotiable, remember? As a small content creator, gaining traction on YouTube is difficult, to say the least. So if you want to help this channel grow, please share this video on social media platforms such as Bookface, Instaspam, confirmationbias.com, Bird. Speaking of smaller content creators, big thanks to Sora from Restart for voicing that one person that coincidentally looks like her, and Johnny from I'm Not Here for voicing that other person.
Yo, hello, hi, yes, it is me, that other person.
Their links will be in the description. Also, I have a Discord server now, so if you ever want to have a place to hang out, see the progress on future videos, or just chat with me, that's the place. Link also in the description. So yeah, that's about it. See you next time.